Isa sa pinag-usapan naman sa katatapos lamang na World Economic Forum at ang isa sa prioridad ng administrasyon ngayon ay ang mga MSME sa bansa. Yan at iba pang usapin ang ating tatalakayin kasama si Go Negosyo founder Joey Concepcion. Magandang umaga po, Sir Joey.
Magandang umaga rin.
Nabanggit ng ating Pangulong Marcos Jr. Sir sa WEF na malaking parte ng economic growth ng Pilipinas ang mga MSME. O ano po inyong masasabi dito, sir?
Ang MSME kasi 99% ng buong negosyante sa Pilipinas ay mga micro, small at medium enterprise. So mahalaga ang grupo na to kasi nakasalalay dito yung job creation. So malaki ang contribution ng MSMEs dito sa job creation. At importante yung job creation para sa mga tao natin. Dapat lahat ng mga Filipinos na ay dapat magtrabaho. At we have to spur the economy. Large companies cannot do it alone. MSMEs are part of the value chain. So importante yan. And tama si Presidente that the MSMEs are a big factor. At dito nakikita natin is the level of inequality. Siyempre, bigger corporations have more resources, capital, talent, and all of that. And what big corporations are trying to do now is to re-embrace the MSMEs to help them scale up. Give them access to mentors, give them access to market, and give them access to money. So the 3 M's that we have been pushing for this many years now under Go Negosyo is doing very well. Sa mga programa natin dito sa mga shopping centers, dito kami nag-mentor ng mga MSMEs. Nung Sabado, ang daming tao, close to 1,000 people were mentored and with about 150 mentors in place. So, importante that we have to strengthen MSMEs. The micro must become small, the small must become medium, and hopefully some of the medium will become large corporations.
Ano po nakikita ninyong magiging epekto o benepisyo po ng mga MSME nitong pagdalo po ng Pilipinas sa WEF?
Well, hindi lang World Economic Forum ang kailangan puntahan ng Presidente. He has been active, he has been going to a lot, China, eventually he's gone to APEC, ASEAN. The President, being the CEO of Philippines Incorporated, has to be very visible. Kasi marami tayong kalaban dito, attracting investors. Hindi lang Pilipinas ang kailangan may investors. Sa buong Asia, we're all competing for market share. So the investors not only bring capital, but bring in technology. And of course, bago si President Marcos, they want to hear his vision, anong leadership style, sino mga tao na composing his cabinet, the private sector, is the private sector supporting the President. So, ang nangyari dito sa World Economic Forum, and prior to that, he was asking us whether he should go, and we told him he has to go because he is the president of not only the Philippine Republic, but Philippines Inc. We have to look at Philippines Inc. as a company. So, for the president, as the CEO of the Philippines, like us, CEOs of our respective companies, when we go out and raise capital and bring investors to invest in our companies, we have to travel. And we have to meet, we have to share our vision with all of these investors so that they will realize that the Philippines has a great opportunity, and if they are going to invest, that they will see a good return on their capital. So, importante yan. And the World Economic Forum, nakikita natin, has taken the highlight over the past weeks because it is the premier event, and not everybody is invited to this event. I had the chance to attend once this event a couple of years back, and it is truly a good experience. And you see all the top businessmen, top entrepreneurs, the top government people in this event who share ideas, who share many things. And it is a good way to network and meet people. At kasama dito with the President are the top businessmen in the country, which is very important that the President is able to show that the private sector is fully behind the government in wanting to attract more investors. In the end, all of these investments will redound to the benefit of job creation. That's the most important. As we bring in more investors to join forces with our local companies here, they can expand, they can grow with their technology, with their funding. We can also reach marketplaces that we have never reached before. digitalization is now a great growing field, and you can see the best techpreneurs attend Davos, no, and so that is the place to be and be seen at this time. And I'm glad that the president and the private sector have done this, and it will not stop. We have to continue. The president will soon go to Japan, which is very important. So travel and selling the Philippines is a must. No?
Opo, at sinabi rin ng Pangulo na malaki po ang magiging parte ng MSME sa digitalization effort ng kanyang administrasyon. Ano po ang magiging participation ng MSMEs dito po sa digitalization?
Well, importante dito that we are able to get mga digital entrepreneurs dito sa Davos. Marami dyan, magaling talaga. Diyan nakikita natin si Elon Musk, Bill Gates, nung nabuhay pa si Steve Jobs, nandiyan rin siya. So we have to attract these digital techpreneurs to come to the Philippines to invest, to bring their platforms here. At alam natin, digitalization is the key for greater inclusivity. Ngayon, may mga platforms na tayo, Lazada, Shopee, GCash, Maya. So we are really digitalizing the Philippines. Nakikita natin halos lahat ng mga MSMEs natin marunong na mag-online payments. No? Dati wala tayong GCash, Maya, etc. E-wallets na to nagbigay ng buhay para mas lumago yung digitalization. At kaya dumadami ngayon ang mga MSMEs sumasali dito sa mga platforms natin, Shopee, Lazada at iba pa dyan. At nakikita ko mismo ang mga sipag at syaga itong mga MSMEs na gusto nilang matuto. Kasi hindi lang sila, pwede na ngayon hindi lang magbenta dito sa mga retail stores. Nagbebenta ngayon ng mga, they're able to sell their products sa mga online platforms. At yung Saturday, we had a big event dito in San Lazaro, SM. At I mentored close to 25 MSMEs. No? And ang nakita ko, halos all of them are already in the digital platforms. So self-learning ang nangyayari ngayon. Because of wanting to increase their sales, marami na rin natututo para sumali dito sa mga digital platforms. And that is going to give them access to market, clearly. And dito mga influencers natin ngayon, pinapasok rin natin mga influencers, natututo rin sila para maging influencers. So they're able to market not only their products but their services. So digitalization really is the key to greater prosperity for our MSMEs.
Opo, maging ang DTI at ang TESDA po at iba pang ahensya ng pamahalaan ay mas pinaigting na rin ng kanilang mga programa na makatutulong sa MSME. So, ano po inyong reaksyon, Sir Joey?
Well, kasama natin dito ang DTI at the Department of Agriculture. At a couple of weeks back, we launched the program called Kapilit Angat Lahat Agri Program, KALAP. Kasama namin dito si the former Secretary Dar, ang mga malaking negosyante dito sa agrikultura. The next step is that we really want to help our micro farmers. Importante, malaking sektor ng agrikultura ay mga micro at small farmers. Kailangan tulungan natin sila. At yung tutulong sa kanila, ang mga malaking corporations katulad ng kumpanya ni Henry Libon, yung SL Agritech, yung Universal Leaf Tobacco, yung kay Christian Moller sa coconut. So dyan ang mga malaking negosyante sa agrikultura ay sasama dito sa KALAP. At ang gagawin natin dito, kasama yan na buong programa, ang mentoring program dahil sa mga kumpanya nila, may teknolohiya niya, so they can share this technology, they can share the marketplace. In other words, they can source the products from them and help them sell this to the marketplace. And syempre, yung mga bangko, kung makita nila na may mentor na sila, yung mga malaking corporation, and they have access to the market, the banks will surely lend these farmers. No? So this is the next area that, to me, is the most challenging, our agricultural sector. At si Presidente, siya is still running the agricultural department. We want to fully support him. We want to launch this because the poorest among our MSMEs are our micro farmers.
Gaano po kalaga na suportado ng private sector ang economic programs ng pamahalaan, Sir Joey?
Well, we fully back the programs of the economic team and the president here. One thing I'm very happy to see is that both public and private sector with the leadership of President Marcos, with the creation of the Private Sector Advisory Council. Biro mo, these are about 7 councils, no, composed. Ako, I'm taking the lead on jobs. You've got, so all of the top businessmen are taking time off from their regular schedule to vote time to help the president and the country. And when you have the brightest minds helping the public sector, that is a great teamwork. These people have, they went to Davos, they pay their own expenses because they want to show support that the president is solidly behind, the private sector is solidly behind this government. For us to really help our Filipino people, we have to be united. Many people start to criticize, why is the president going here, going there? We have to trust that as a CEO of a company, a CEO of the country, he is basically the one that will create the greatest opportunity. So we have to trust that this leadership is out for the greater good of every Filipino out there. And the private sector will not support something that we don't believe is the right step. So for us, we believe that the president being visible all over the world, being very visible and selling the vision, the mission of the Philippines is very important. Because what's important is we attract foreign investments and we assure them that the Philippines is really open for business. And ease of business is there, and Secretary Pascual has done a great job. So you see the full support of the public and the private sector pushing this country forward. So what we need is the Filipino people who are shareholders of the Philippines to understand what the game plan is. And I think the game plan is very clear. Create more jobs. And how do you create more jobs? Bring in more investors to invest in the Philippines. Not only money, but technology.
Sunod-sunod na rin po ang pagtaas ng mga bilihin, maging ang mga raw materials para po sa mga pangunahing produkto at serbisyo ay nagtaas na rin po ng presyo. Gaano po kalaki ang epekto nito sa ating mga malilit na negosyante?
Well, first of all, yung pagtataas dito sa mga commodities natin ay hindi dahil sa problema dito sa Pilipinas. Yung problema ay dito sa Russia at Ukraine. Medyo na-disrupt yung supply chain. At syempre, yun ang challenge. Kaya, why is America increasing interest rates even early this year and last year? No, they've been increasing rates because they want to stop inflation. That is the only way they can stop inflation. At sumunod dito ang ibang bansa katulad ng Pilipinas, or else we will not be able to stem inflation. At nakikita natin, medyo bumabagsak ngayon ang presyo ng mga commodities. Pero ang mga commodities naman pagbagsak niya, we cannot what do you call these rollback prices because we are still recovering from the high cost that we are still carrying. So I expect by middle of this year, we should see lower prices, hopefully lower. We are seeing oil prices go down. We're seeing wheat prices go down. Hopefully sugar and the rest will all go down. So I think the increase in interest rates is stemming inflation. Now, it will take time. So I believe by middle of this year, we will see prices at much lower levels. We will start to see inflation go down towards the end of this year. No? So I believe that this year will still be a very good year. And we can see demand coming back, growth coming back. Nakikita natin, ang daming tao lumalabas, pumapasok mga restaurants. So this will start to improve. No? But remember, we came from this crisis. Let's not forget the Ukraine and Russia crisis is still around. It continues to exist. And hopefully, it does not get any worse, no? And starts to temper down. No? And that is the only way that we will be back to a normal situation.
All right, maraming salamat Sir Joey Concepcion, Go Negosyo founder at ang Private Sector Advisory Council Lead on Jobs. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Glenn.